in wrestling is much better. So it starts out here. Even if you grab my collar, I go in right foot collar tie right here. I want to keep breaking his posture down because I can see his feet, okay? And I want to also be constantly circling. He's going to have maybe probably a collar tie. If he doesn't, okay, it's very easy access to that leg as long as you drive forward. Where I'm driving forward, I realize, because I don't know shit about really wrestling as much as some others do. So in order to get his lead foot light, I got to drive him so that he just goes back on that back foot so that you can pick that leg up much more easily, okay? What I'm doing, I'm pushing with my head into his shoulder, and I'm pushing my forearm with the collar tie to move him around, okay? So as you start here, okay, they'll probably, you give him access to the collar, and then you go in for the collar tie. Because right here, look, I can pull him, I can push him, I can turn him, I can move him. And what I want to do is, if I want to access this leg here, okay, if I want to access this leg here, what I'm going to do is, I'm going to kind of move him around this way here, okay? I'm going to move him this way, and then I switch that angle and spear his head at an angle, okay? From here, I spear him, and then you're able to pick it up. You probably won't fall, but you pick up that leg, and what you do with it, how you finish your takedown is up to you. You have a snatch single, you have all kinds of stuff there, okay? So this right here, I believe is much more effective than here. Okay, so even here, if I have his wrist, you immediately go for the underhooks. Because the one who has underhooks wins. So what's nice is when you start, I want to be here and here. Because if I have this right here, I immediately go for that underhook. So you have that very nice wrist control. And that's what you would really want. Instead of grabbing sleeve, okay? So you right foot forward, so you slap, match starts here. So right here, you get the collar tie. So if you get the collar tie right here. And what is the hook switchblade takedown? First of all, you gotta have your forehead connected to the shoulder because you don't want this to happen here, okay? You don't want it to get, yeah. So I'm keeping it at the deltoid and I'm trying to kind of give him a little bit of cauliflower here. So what I'm doing is watching his feet, and all I'm gonna do is this, look, I'm gonna go in right in here, go one, and you come up with that foot right up there. I've been watching videos, and what's been very effective is I need to do it when his left foot is forward, okay? So here, I can do it, but I'd have to kind of circle back in this way here, drive in here, and I want to do this, look. And kick him up. What makes this so effective is that you're controlling his post really effectively versus to do it here and he grabs here, and to do it the way that we've been doing it before. Where you control this too, but here, I control it a lot more, especially if he doesn't get a collar tie as well. Because I'm constantly looking for the underhook. Because here, he's gonna get a collar tie, okay? And this right here, I'm just keeping it in here. Because at some point, you want to be able to lift it, to keep it tight right here. I'm watching his feet right here. I want his left foot forward here, walking back here. And it's basically just sitting, and I see that it works best. As I step in, it's like I rotate on my heels, and I kick that right foot up. And no matter what, you're gonna get somewhere in between his legs. Where I've missed it is where I've done it like this. I'm here, and then I go in, and then I go in here, and I'm too low. Right here, even though that I'm hooking here, sometimes they can stop the movement. If I'm here, I can begin to lift and keep coming up and coming up. All right, so we won't spend too much time on it, but tie. Right here. Right here. Look, I'm watching his feet. Right here. All I'm doing is this. And it turns into a real ball. So it's like your elbows and knees come together, and that right foot goes. You just pull them on, and then you turn, and you're essentially rolling to your knees. Okay. So that's the switchblade.
You're trying to catch the foot that's left feet. The one that comes forward is where you're going to lay down, right?
I want this. Ideally, I don't want it that far back. I want it about here.
All right.
From here, all I'm going to do is this. And just go in for basically like a butterfly sweep roll where you turn into a ball. As long as your elbows and knees are somewhat connected and somewhat together, you're just a ball. Even if he drops his weight on you, he's dropping it on your hook. One's coming up and you're rotating to your left. So as you're here, where it gets a little tricky is if his gi's out, so you gotta get a better grip back here. So all I'm doing is this. Look, you don't need to even step into it here too much. Look, it's, and I go. And this leg will stay, because typically you'll get caught in the 3/4 guard. Here I still have the underhook. Here, I'm here, and then I can begin to do my passes as I'm pulling this through while my underhook here.
Is this the same one we were talking a couple weeks ago, except the hand placement a little bit deeper?
Oh, this is, we did this. Okay. So this is the one we did here. And I went here, and I went, and I hooked them onto here. But I gotta tell you, unless you snap good on that one, there's a lot of slack. That slack prevents you from pulling him in. When you have the collar tie, the whole body pulls in. So what I'm not showing you guys actually is what I'm doing here. I'm so connected with my head to his cheek, forehead here. It's this right here. So you go here and you snap them just enough where there's this little jolt, and they typically step forward with the left foot. Because if I got behind you with the right foot, so put your feet straight. So his lead foot is the right foot. Okay? So in a fight it would be left, but you see how he put it? Yeah, see how weird that is? See, it wasn't even stable, it even went like that. So that's how you tell which lead is your foot in a wrestling stance. So if he pushes me from the back, this one right here, it doesn't even feel right. Push me again. Like I feel I'm late with that. Right here, go. So that's how you determine what's your lead foot here. And then as you come in, you immediately aggressive, and you just literally dive underneath. You don't need to get him even in step. It's super effective. Okay? So you guys can practice that. But what it is really is just